Yo, it's your boy Logos, and I made no secret about how much I don't like Colin Kaepernick. I mostly think he's a hypocrite, a liar, and an attention seeker. And I made a whole video a couple days ago talking about that. Him trying to equate planning the NFL to slavery because of the NFL Combine is just ridiculous. And I think it's very disrespectful to our ancestors or anybody that's still going through slavery in the past, present, or future. This whole idea that he's some type of crusader is something that I really didn't buy in from the beginning, and even more so in events taking place after. He kept saying he's getting blackballed and all this other stuff, but he's destroying or ignoring his own opportunities. And now at this point, he's begging to get back in NFL, saying he'll even be on the practice squad. Meanwhile, a year ago, or even 2 years ago, he was talking shit, saying how good he is. He made it to the Super Bowl, and he can't understand why he's not signed to a squad. Now at this point, he understands he's really not that good, and he wants to just be on the practice squad. I think it's too late for all that stuff. You can't just equate this to slavery and then want to expect to get back into it. Sounds very hypocritical and just shallow, if you ask me. Trying to say that playing in the NFL is equal to slavery is like saying going through basic training and doing the gas exercise with no gas mask is equivalent to going through the Holocaust. Either way, it makes no freaking sense. And the extremes of it and just understanding the human suffering involved, it just really makes you like a piece of shit to me. And I had no idea about this whole thing by his parents being called racist by him himself, by their own adopted son. That just mind blowing to me. So I'm very curious to see what Officer Tatum got to say, and I could get more details about it. I can't believe they gave this piece of shit a comic book. I know comics are in the drain right now with Marvel and DC focusing on woke policies and stuff, good comics, good characters, and good story arcs. But still, giving this piece of shit a comic, how far lower can the bar go? Let's get into it.
It's his true high school coming-of-age story, his journey embracing his blackness, despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents loved me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
The audacity of Colin Kaepernick.
Damn, Mom. Cut this shit down a little. Come here screaming.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen. Get Anti-Grooming Social Club shirt. Get it today. The coldest shirt that we've made thus far, in my personal opinion. And we have all of our new releases right here at the top, and then all of our items that are coming soon. Tells you right here, this will be available March the 10th, which is Friday, tomorrow. So go on and hit notify me made available or pre-order it. The options are here. You can also get you some free wristbands. But the options are here. You hit the pre-order or hit notify me made available. And then tomorrow, when they're launched, you'll be able to get it. You'll get an email letting you know you can go buy as soon as possible. Like and subscribe to the channel. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say all the other stuff. I want you to do the simple task. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you can do that, that will mean the world to me. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Kaepernick. I cannot stand Colin Kaepernick. The audacity of Colin Kaepernick in this interview is crazy to me.
Of course he's rich.
And I say this all the time, how the struggle with biracial kids and their identity in America is problematic because they have this conflict. They're both black and white. They got a black side, they got a mama side. I mean, black side, mama side. They got a black side, they got a white side. But then in society, they feel like they'll sell out if they don't embrace their black side.
And for me, I just never understood, why does it seem to be when you're embracing your black side, it's always enraged like Colin Kaepernick? I don't know. I just don't understand why you can't just be yourself. You always have to feel like you have to please one side or the other side. I mean, you can't just have your interests, have your dislikes, and live your life like everybody else. Don't put all this weight on your shoulder to try to please random strangers that don't even know you or give a damn about you. They may say you're not really black, but these people don't even know you. They just look at you and make a judgment. The same way they hate white people, racist white people, doing it to them. They're nothing but hypocrites. And I think people that really just focus on race so much are pretty damn stupid, if you ask me. I'm just being honest with you. I can't lie and bullshit you. If the only thing you can judge people on is your race or how they move and live their life, and it always has to be race related, I think you're very simple minded, to be honest.
Because society tells a mixed kid or biracial kid that he has to be black. And that's not necessarily true. You be who you want to be.
Exactly.
You don't got to be stereotypically black. And you're not missing out on nothing.
Exactly.
By trying to be black versus trying to be white versus trying to just be a biracial kid and live your life and be the best version of yourself. But Colin Kaepernick get his interview with this little book, this comic book that he's coming out with.
Book.
It's such a grift to me. But I'm going to let y'all listen and hold the phone.
He is also a new father who's spreading a message
That
of
poor
empowerment in his new graphic novel, Change the Game, written with author and University of Chicago professor Eve L. Ewing.
I love how you depict yourself in this book, not as some big shot hero, but as a shy, insecure high schooler like we all were.
Growing up, I think still am a pretty introverted person. I hope it's true to form, and that's just kind of how I navigate the world.
It's his true high school coming-of-age story, his journey embracing his blackness, despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents love me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
How inconsiderate. And in my personal opinion, this could be an opportunity to give young biracial kids hope and say, yeah, I may be black and white. I can embrace both. I love my white side. I love my black side. I can embrace both. But the problem is that he want to focus on one side and talk about racism. Man, these people rescued you.
Exactly.
Where's your black side of the family?
If they was truly racist, like truly, racist, they're not gonna adopt a mixed race or a black child. They're gonna adopt a white child, because if they want some child that looks like them. But those people didn't care about anything about that stuff. They didn't care anything about that stuff. They saw something in you and thought you was very, very special, and they chose you to love you, support you, be in your life, when your own damn parents didn't give a shit about you. Your own black parents didn't give a shit about you. But these random white people came into your life, adopted you, and treated you like their own son. But they're racist.
No. F that. Where's the black side of your family? Come on, Colin. Where's the black side of your family at? Where are they at? The white people took you in, took care of you, gave you a great life, put you in sports, and then the thanks that they get is you turning on them to be a social justice warrior.
Exactly.
I just can't believe. If my son ever grew up and was like this, I can't say that because I'm black, but if I adopted a black kid that was biracial, and you ain't black, you ain't 100% black, you're biracial. I adopted a kid like that and I raised him up right, tried to do what's best, and then he turned around and turned on me. You know how mad I would be? We raised you, did the best that we can, and you mad because you couldn't have cornrows.
Is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
You do. Your hair is, cornrows isn't professional. Show me people that are in top levels of government that got cornrows. The first black president, Obama, didn't have no cornrows, did he? No, he didn't. Show me somebody in the upper echelon of success in this country got cornrows in their head.
It's such a sad thing, because this kind of plays into what I talk about every now and then, that idols and the people we choose to look up to within the black community, it's almost always some type of rapper, singer, or athlete. There's nobody in business. It's rarely everybody in government or any person like in the medical field or any place that takes, like skills and knowledge, and like in the real world where you have to work a 9 to 5 or something like that. It's always about fast money, fame, and careers that only a small percentage of people can really get into. And then sometimes you'll have children or young black kids, like teenagers, trying to be athletes, singers, and rappers, and they can't let that stuff go, or they don't have a backup plan when it falls apart. Maybe they're not good enough to get into the league or get into college and get a scholarship, or maybe they got an injury. So they don't care about being a scientist or a doctor or anything like that, because they just so focused on football because that's what gets people attention and praise. And it's sad.
They didn't make money overnight, rapping and entertaining.
Exactly.
I'm talking about somebody who built from the ground up. They built a successful 8-9-figure business, and they got cornrows in their head. Explain that to me. Now, it don't mean it's a bad thing, but they not lying to you. It's not bad for your parents to say, man, you shouldn't wear no cornrows. Allen Iverson can wear his blackness because is playing basketball. He also got tats all over his neck.
Exactly. And he also had his own issues and problems. And the only reason like he's not homeless and poor, from my understanding, is because I'm not sure if it was his agent or like some family member, but they put like a secret, or maybe even the 76ers organization, they put like a secret stash away that he couldn't touch until he's like 50 or something like that. Because Allen Iverson was just blowing through money, left, right, and center. So having that guy as being your idol, I just don't think that's a good person to look up to. Not saying he's a bad person, but there are better people with much more, I don't know, likely chances of success through following their methods that you could look up to. Not an athlete or an entertainer. I don't understand it.
You can't do that in America, in the corporate setting. You have to be presentable no matter what color you are.
You can't.
White people don't walk around with matted dreads.
Yeah. They don't like mohawks. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of white families or white fathers or mothers that didn't want to have their white children have mohawks or any other rock star metal type haircuts because it looked crazy and unprofessional to them. It's no differently.
When they're in a professional work, they cut that stuff off.
Your mom said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today.
The grown-up version of Eve wanted to go back in time and give young Colin a lot of hugs. And I was really moved and saddened by the level of kind of self-awareness that he had to develop at a very young age without a lot of guidance.
Why did you choose that day and to protest in that way?
That's actually something we're going to dive deep into with the doc that's coming this fall.
We're going to dive deep into, but okay, it's a money grab. Okay,
Exactly.
I don't want to talk to you now about the interview because I got money to be made off that story. Okay.
And if you
Fall.
do it
But
now,
as it
you ain't gonna
relates
watch
to
it
the
later.
book, people may look at that moment and be like, oh, you must have been this person all along. And it's like, no, there's growth that has to happen.
No, there's manipulation that has to happen. See, you had a nice haircut when you were in college. Your parents couldn't tell you if you can grow cornrows or not when you were in college. When you first got into the NFL, Colin Kaepernick could have had cornrows. He didn't. It wasn't
that's
until he
true.
met that woman that
Oh,
want to
really?
explore blackness among black.
Oh, really?
And now
So the same dumbass wife or dumbass girlfriend, I'll say that openly and happily, but you want to call Ray Lewis Uncle Tom for the owner of the Ravens after, from my understanding, Ray Lewis helped Colin Kaepernick get a workout and help convince the owner and the people in charge of the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, to give him a shot. She called that man, Ray Lewis, and Uncle Tom for that. And if that's the reason why why Kaepernick is radicalized now or talking crazy now, that makes absolute sense. Cause that bitch out of line.
he want to look like he want to have a Jerry curl. You know, I just it's
Will you continue to sit?
Yes.
Then Kaepernick couldn't get hired and even sued the
No,
NFL
it
for
made
collusion
sense.
in a case.
It made sense. If that really was his girlfriend that do it, of course. Like, if you really that just deep in love with her, you'll go along and follow along with any bullshit that'll come out of her mouth. If you think doing this will make her happy, you'll fucking do it. If she'll demasculate you or emasculate you and say, well, you're afraid of white man or what the and do all this other stuff and get in your face and try to make you seem like a punk or something like that because you don't want to take a stand, quote unquote, I can completely understand why she is a catalyst for all this stuff. It makes a lot of sense.
That's settled.
and then wanted to play in the NFL. You sued him for collusion, now you want to play back in the NFL.
Exactly.
These people, I swear to God, these people, I can't.
They're jokes. They're jokes.
Oh my God.
Absolute
2020,
jokes.
what did it feel like for you to see everyone almost wake up?
Another great question that'll be covered later this year.
Oh,
Another
what a
question I
phony,
can't answer
man.
because it covered later this
Phony
year because I need to
motherfucker, I
make
hate
money
it.
off of what I'm about to produce later.
Exactly.
I can't tell you now in this interview because it needs to be money made on the backs of these dead black people. Okay.
Exactly.
Colin, I got a lot of great questions.
What's the point in the interview?
Documentary.
So I get some
won't speak for
bullshit
Colin,
question
but I
about your
think that
cornrows?
in thinking about what impact looks like, it's so much bigger than changing one system or one league. What does it mean for all of us to be faced as we invariably are?
So this really isn't a Colin Kaepernick interview. This is a interview for her because she's really giving more answers and more questions than Kaepernick is, because he got sold that bullshit documentary later on. I'm not sure if the same documentary that I reacted to a few days ago when he created slavery to the NFL, but if so, you doing all this, I don't know, BS build up and teasing and all this other stuff for that shitty documentary? Really? Phony.
With really tough decisions about what.
Okay, I can't
Tough
listen
decision.
to them. It's
Tough
very hard for me to
decisions.
listen to these fools. Just tell these fabricated, made up scenarios. They're just furthering the hurt and demise of black people. You essentially, when let me tell you what this does, and I'm gonna move on. When a young black mixed kid listen to Colin Kaepernick's story, they're gonna feel like they need to embrace their black side. Why can't Colin embrace his white side? You missed out on life because you didn't embrace this side. But what about this side? And let's keep it real. If there's a level of white privilege to be had in America, why wouldn't you want to embrace the white side so you can get all the privileges? It's all bullcrap, ladies and gentlemen. This is all made up bullcrap. This whole system's in place. Ain't no you know how much money Colin Kaepernick making out being a victim? You know how much money he making out being a victim?
You want to know what's sad and funny? Nike has openly, people talk about they have slave factories where they make their shoes and products in China and other places throughout the world where they make their shoes and products for a very cheap price. But they have Colin Kaepernick as some type of spokesperson or some type of ambassador or some type of relationship they have. It's just hilarious to me. The guy that want to talk about slavery all the time and all this other woke stuff is working with a company that does practice slavery throughout the whole world and profits off of it. And he profits off of it because of his contract with them. Once again, he's a phony, full of shit individual.
Do y'all understand? This boy took a contract with Nike and made millions of dollars, and you ain't seen him put out a single unmonetized video. He's saving his documentary. He's not gonna give you a tell-all story.
Exactly.
He's not gonna post on YouTube. He gonna post where he gonna make the most money.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at him, bro, but just keep it 100.
Phony.
These people, this dude is making so much money. Maybe you should talk about if you want to talk about white privilege, you experienced white privilege your whole life. But they can't be honest. It's just this the mentality of just the brain is just crunching with all of this weight of fake victimhood. Boy making millions and selling a book to kids about how, poor is me. Woe is me. I wish his parents would do an interview with me and just drag him. I bet Colin Kaepernick had a great life.
Yeah.
I bet he was happy his whole life until he met that dumb black girl.
Exactly.
He probably was happy.
And he ain't saying she done because she black for any people. People they really don't think. They just feel. What you mean dumb black girl? Are you trying to say she dumb because she black? Or she dumb because she black? Or we all dumb because we black? Like, whoa, she's a stupid bitch. She's a stupid, ignorant bitch. And I really just say that because her actions. Not because of her skin color, her actions. And that's all that really matters if you ask me. She does and says stupid stuff. That's what she is. And I might have to just do more videos on her or their relationship. I don't want to get into the details of that type of stuff. But like if anybody got videos about showing evidence that she influenced him to do this stuff, like how Officer Tatum says, I'd be interested in that because I didn't see that coming and I wasn't really aware of it. My only understanding of the relationship was with the whole Baltimore Ravens thing. So I don't know. I got to see about that.
Living his life, his white parents putting him in the best schools possible, busting their ashy elbows in order to give him opportunities.
Ashy.
He was doing just fine being a biracial kid living his life. I can't even talk about this no more. It makes me so mad. Comment in the comment section. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.
It's sad. Well, no, it's not really sad because he did this to himself. You don't have to be influenced by everyone or everything that pops up on your feed or pops up in your life. You need to be able to stand on what you think and actually have a reason why for believing that. I don't know. I've had conversations with many different people, different ages, men and women, about this type of stuff. And I try to stay consistent because it's all about logic. So the idea that he just being influenced or moved by this crazy lady, I don't know. I gotta just look into more of that. It sounds like it is possible though. Overall, I said it once, I'll say it again. I think Colin Kaepernick is a phony. I really don't think he stands by anything he says. It's nothing more than a cash grab and attention seeking. I'm very curious to see why you disagree. If you do disagree, everything he has done and said shows that to be the case. But I don't know. I don't know everything, and who knows? Maybe he really does believe the bullshit coming out of his mouth. It doesn't seem to be from his actions. Shit, I'm gonna have to react to this video next. Student knocks out teacher with the chair, because this conversation about kids in schools need to be had. And I got a lot to say about it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's your boy Logos. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.